Hello everyone, welcome to second edition of the vPopulus Cafe. Uh, this edition we'll be talking about in-game missions, changes on social module, and probably quite a bit more since we are hosting this for the Australian community and we'll try to have it okay. Today I have Matt, the Grey Wolf, with me hosting this cafe tonight. And yeah, hello Matt.
Good afternoon.
Uh,
Pleasure
should,
to be here.
should I call you Matt or the Grey Wolf?
You can call me Matt. It really doesn't
Okay,
bother me.
perfect. Um, so yeah, this is the first time Matt is doing this, and this is the second time I'm doing this. So yeah, you should be okay with errors and mistakes that we will be doing because it's normal. Okay, guys. About actually, you can listen to and you can interact with us on Discord. We'll try to answer both questions by text on Discord and YouTube, and you can always join us on voice. We'll try to remain on topic, but we have some margin that we can go off topic. So, missions, Matt. What do you think about that?
I've been really excited to see missions in the game for a long time. I think a lot of people have. Who hasn't wanted something else to do with our day?
Yeah,
And
okay.
now
Go
we're now we're getting to come in for some extra rewards and extra activities.
Yeah, we actually we promised this kinda. We have a working function. We have a working version of missions. It's not completely ready yet, but it's something that we are glad to work on. Oh, I have some issue. uh, okay, I want to show missions, but I changed my second screen and for a way smaller screen, and now it shows on mobile version. Oh man, seriously? Yeah, great start, Matt.
While we're waiting for that to come together, I think a lot of people have wanted to know what kind of missions are we going to be starting with? Are we starting with just simple work once a day, train once a day, and working up to more intense missions? Where's the start line?
Yeah, the start line is about to make like a imagine tutorial in a tutorial but in mission style. So whenever a citizen joins, they will have to go over all the basics of the Popul and they will get rewards for doing those missions. For example, the mission, the first mission, let me check it out just to confirm it. The first couple of missions, they are really simple, and the first 10 missions should actually be done within the first day. In the first day you should be able to do the first 10 missions. So the idea is to get you overall modules of the Populus and interact with community while getting rewards. Because right now people don't really do the tutorial we have, so they don't really understand the game, and it's one of the main reasons we believe people are not playing the Populus so much. So the first mission, this is actually someone I think it was Tim that gave me this idea. The first mission is called Your Community Welcomes You. And for you to complete this mission, you have to open and read. Of course, you can control the read part. The welcome message from the country. So it's pretty easy, and you should get
That the mail message that's automatically sent out to new citizens?
exactly. So the first mission is that you have to read that message, at least open it. Yeah.
I wish we could make people actually read it.
Yeah, but unfortunately we cannot. Yeah. So the second mission is that you have to train one, and then we show like the title of the mission, what you have to do, to complete the mission, how you do it, and what happens once you do it. For example, for the training mission is training will make you a stronger fighter. In no time, you'll be able to ensure your country's homeland territory. So, yeah, actually, let me try to fix the issue with my second screen so I can actually show the mission. Um, what do you think about it, Matt?
I think it's good. It'll show new players in, and we're planning to have more intense missions later on as well. We're planning to have some end game missions, say, for long time players.
Yes, of course. These missions are really simple because we have to start somewhere. So we'll start from the beginning, and we start with the easiest mission for new players. So they will go. We plan to have actually a lot of missions, and we plan to have missions for experienced players, like hard missions. That is actually they are not so easy to complete. Uh, we have some of them planned, not all of them, but we actually got a bit late on the mission part, but we are we are doing it. About the missions, I should like to go over to all of them. Uh, Open the first message. Actually, Matt, I'll send you the link so you can do. I do one, you do another one. Can you see this thing, Matt? I sent you on.
I
Can you open it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I said the first mission, that is opening the country welcome message, and I said the second mission, that is train one. What's the third mission, man?
The third mission our users will see is called Little by Little. To complete this mission, they have to get a job, something I would love to do in real life myself, and they also have to work. So it should helpfully guide them through and get them into our economy a little bit quicker, something I know a lot of countries are struggling with, and they'll feel more rewarded for doing it.
All right. The first mission uh, is called Fatten Up Boy, and you have to buy food, at least one item of food. You have to buy it in the marketplace and set it to consume it in inventory page. This should go over the basics of marketplace and inventory page as well.
Now, I just want to ask with that one, because I know our inventory system is very intuitive. It will automatically consume food for you. Are they going to have to manually set it to finish that mission?
Yes, because the idea is not the game does it for you, is that you do it for yourself so you can actually understand what is happening. Uh, yeah,
I see. And then they'll be on to the fifth mission, Open Up Their Lungs, which has them post a message on both citizen and international tab shouts. That'll be good.
is this borderline spam?
What was that, sorry, Clive?
Is this borderline spam or not really?
The fifth one, the Open Your Lungs mission.
Yeah.
And it has some posts on two, which will hopefully get people talking more. Goodness knows I could use some more friends.
All right. The next mission is that you have to. We actually don't have a name for it yet. We have to upload an avatar and update your bio. So it's really annoying to watch citizens without avatar. It's something that takes literally 3 seconds to do it, and it's kind of annoying and it gives the game a bad feeling. It's like bots. It's almost like bots. If you don't upload an avatar, you're as close as a bot, a multi account.
I've I've honestly always wondered why people go without uploading an avatar who doesn't want to personalize their account. And it goes well with the next mission, which is to fight at least once, because we all know your profile picture is displayed on the fight page, and then heal with the hospital, which will be good to see.
Yeah, I mean, if citizens don't have an hospital, on their region, at least you'll make them move. Uh, so it makes sense. Um, the the eighth mission is that you must vote on three articles and comment at least one. So the idea of this is that people understand that they can learn a lot through newspaper module, and they can interact with citizens as well. And this will also make it easier for other citizens to reply to them.
That sounds good. And then after that, we've got my old habit, making new friends. Send at least five friendship requests. And I think I did this in the first day myself, but that's just because I like a good bit of networking. And you're right, I do see it. I see players in the game who've been in the game for months and have just two or three friends. Well, aren't we all just here for more people, for more friends?
Yeah, the vPopulus is such community-driven game that it really makes no sense that to have no friends. I mean, having friends is easier to it makes everything easier to go on Discord and say, hey mate, yeah, we are friends. What about you? uh, so
I'd, I'd just like to quickly address the Australian CP, Tim Tanium, just asked, is there a use for friends? Yes, there is. There's actually a friends shout channel. If you go into all shouts, you can select friends, and then you can harass just your friends by your shout.
yeah, exactly. I think a popular player actually shouted that in 2 days ago. Uh, something about being gay and proud. He probably meant doing that on his friend's shout out. Okay. The last mission, I think our country president will love this mission. The last mission is that you have to send any member of your government a private message. So because government would love to know all your ideas and your expectations. So you have to send government a message. What do you think about this?
I absolutely love it. Goodness knows our country presidents need to do a bit more work, I say. But I do have to ask, is this just the president? Is this any member of cabinet, or is this Congress as well?
Well, actually, the general idea is that it could be any member of the government, but maybe we can make maybe we can make it that you can also PM congressman. I don't know. It's actually up for discussion, like everything else.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like to think that everything's up for a bit of argument here, and I'm certain that there are people out there with better ideas than us, and if they want to pass them on through, my personal inbox is always open, and I will filter through the hundreds of mails that I'm undoubtedly going to get. But if anyone has suggestions, feel free to send them through.
Exactly. Now take a show about let's take a shot about the in-game mission. Let me, yeah, okay. It should be we should be streaming a 4 profile now, and missions are pretty simple. Sorry for the quality, really. I'm so sorry for the quality, but there's literally nothing I can do at this moment about it. Uh, then you can see below the day and the hour, and above the switch side menu, the switch to organizations, armies, or parties, you can see your missions with an icon, and you click on them, and you see, oh, wow, your community welcomes you. Uh, this is the overall look of the missions. Yeah, we meant to actually improve it quite a lot, but like I said before, we have to start from somewhere. So we are starting from this. Uh, so you can see this mission, and actually, because this is not a new account, it's not already completed, you can claim the reward that is actually one experience. that will be changing at least for tutorial missions. We are thinking that maybe we can give like one weapon or like so you can fight. We give you one weapon or give you gold to create a newspaper and stuff like this. Yes, we have more than a few missions planned. Okay, we have collected reward for mission. Your community welcomes you. Cool. So what's the next mission? Little by little. Yeah, because once again, because this is not a new account, it's already done. We probably should have created a new account, but never mind. And yeah, that's the overall look of the mission. Can you see this map? I think you have to go on YouTube to actually see it.
Yes, I can see it, and it looks fantastic. Of course, we're going to have some lovely graphics behind these pop-up boxes when we release to the live server. So there will be pictures there, I believe, not just grey boxes.
Yeah, I mean, gray boxes are not that bad.
They could certainly be worse.
Yeah, but of course we try to have better graphics. But we kinda need, not kinda, we really need a front end developer to help us with the workload because otherwise we are a bit stuck on this part. But we are still improving and the worst is already behind us. Okay, I will put back the Populus image. Um, should we should we talk a little bit more about the in-game missions, or should we let some people join us? Man, if and if no one wants to join us.
Uh, is there anyone watching at the minute who'd like to know a little bit more about the missions? We do have a little bit of time to deal with it, if anyone would. No, that's a lot of silence from people. I'm going to say we move on a little.
Okay. Actually, there's a bit of delay between we talking and streaming on YouTube, but when are they out? Actually, we had some troubles this week, but they should be out still still before the end of the week. It should be out. Don't move on. Yeah, still before the end of the week, the missions should be out, the tutorial missions at least because the other ones they will take a little bit more of the back end developing to be done. Okay, what else? Yeah, I see a lot of time, but no real questions. Okay, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, missions are a really big part of it. We actually have to work faster on them because we are a bit behind schedule with those. But the important thing is that when they are published and when they are deployed, they are working and the overall path of the missions makes sense. We are actually going to add something else. Not all, missions won't be only here. We'll have an overall map of the mission, and so you can see the path that you are doing on the missions, and you can see your progress in them. Uh, this map it's not really ready yet, but we already have the basics for it. But I'd rather not show it yet.
So there will be a mission map actually in game where people can see their progress on like in the website itself,
Yeah,
so they
exactly.
can track their progress as they go through. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so it's like if you've done the first mission, they will show like a check box on the mission, and it will move forward. So you can see what missions are next, and you can plan better what you want to do. This is of course not for tutorial missions, but for other missions it's easier, so you can browse through all missions and see what it happens, what you have to do to do them, to complete them. And yeah, I think it makes sense to have it like this, and it isn't that much more work.
And of course, I assume this will be showing the mission rewards, so people will be able to plan out
Actually,
what they'll be getting from the missions, or
actually, I think we should show everything except the rewards, so people want to do them, not for the reward, but to know what the reward is.
so it's like a surprise then. You've
Yeah,
achieved something, congratulations, have a surprise
yeah.
present.
Have one experience for free.
That would make my day.
uh, yeah, but I mean, the main idea is this, but you can always change it. We are not too rigid on this. We can change it. Um, what else?
Are we going to have a mission cycle of, say, a few missions that pop up occasionally to ensure that we keep the missions going into the future?
No, I don't quite understand.
I remember, well, we've all been from another game at one point in time, and I remember that game in particular had, I think it was monthly, there would be a mission pop up that says defeat X many enemies on the battlefield.
I don't know.
Uh,
That's the idea of missions is not that, so I'm not quite sure if we'll do it or not. Uh, we can do it, but that's thinking a bit too far, too ahead. We should focus on these missions now. And if this works nicely, yeah, we can have. For example, the Populus event can be based on missions.
so we've got room to grow with the missions, but we're just going to focus on getting them in the game first.
Exactly. Exactly, Matt. Let me just.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Uh, Hello? Can Matt, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. I'm sorry. My headset died. It ran out of battery, and I'm having some issues connecting it because now I cannot hear you through the. Wait a bit. Can you talk now, Matt? Oh yeah, I can hear you, but I hear you through my. I can hear you only through my second screen. Which now yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Uh, okay, we should be good to go. I'm sorry, was a small technicality. Next time I'll remember to charge my headset. All right, so I couldn't actually hear the last part. Do you mind going over for it, or it's not that important? Okay, okay, perfect. Uh, yeah, oh, yeah. Matt? No. Okay. This is my this is my problem. This is my issue actually. I think now it's done. Matt?
Hopefully it's done.
Okay, it's working. All right.
I'm just waiting for a small delay on the YouTube.
Yeah, but it's working. I can see it now. Actually, I want to actually tell you guys something. We had an Australian server for quite some time, for a couple of days, and it was actually slower than than the European server. So we took it off, and we are looking for other alternatives.
Yes, I was actually messaged the other day, and we will be looking into a different alternative that will hopefully speed up some of the latency issues that we've been experiencing here in Australia and around the world. Actually, this solution would diversify into the United States, who I know have been claiming issues recently. But I believe you also fixed some of the issues not too long ago. There was a file on the server that got too large.
Yeah, exactly. The war stats. So when you fight, you are loading everything to the war statistics, and it was really lagging up the game. So we changed how we moved that value to a logging tab, a logging table. So now fighting is working, but still, the game was slower, and now the overall game is good. It's fast, but regarding Australian and American communities, you guys have a bit of a bigger delay, and we want to fix that. Um, our idea was to get a web server, but so you could access the game, but to access the database, the web server would have to connect to a European server. But actually, it didn't work out very well, so we actually wasted a bunch of money on buying the Australian server. Why don't you guys have cheaper web servers? Really?
We call it the Australian tax, and I assure you it applies to everything. We are just overcharged on anything they can hit us with.
Because really, I mean, it was he's easily 10 times more expensive than a European web server, like with the same everything, but only in Europe instead of Australia, and it's way more expensive. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm fairly certain your internet is actually considerably cheaper than ours too. I keep seeing people over in Europe claiming that they pay 30 or 40 euro a month and they just get unlimited top speed internet. And I cry myself to sleep a little bit, actually.
Well, I paid 29, no, actually 30 euros, 29.99 for a 100 megabits internet.
You
So
see, I had to move to a capital city just to get that speed, and I pay near $100 a month.
oh wow. And actually on top of this, I also have like a TV with a box that can record the channels and stuff like that, and mobile phone. Okay, we are getting way off topic.
Yeah.
Okay, about I promised this to some people, so let's see. I'm streaming now the articles endorsements. So let's open up an article. Wow, vPopulus Insider, so cool. And we can see here that we can donate gold to the entity that owns the newspaper, but you can only donate it. You can only donate currency. You cannot donate gold. Uh, Let me check, because vPopulus newspaper is in vPopulus country, and vPopulus country ID is 1. So actually, I cannot donate currency to vPopulus. And okay, this is how it will work. You see the newspaper, Yeah, you read the article. Okay, really nice article. And then in the end, you can see endorsement, and you can click on this little button, and it shouldn't go to top page, but you click on the little button, and it should be in line. Some things got broken when they were being implemented, and you can donate. Let us see how much money. 57. Let's donate 7 zloty, and donate.
And of course, the idea here is that we see more people using the newspaper module for fun and to communicate with other people in their community, because there really is quite a few people playing vPopulus. I think we have something like 3,000 or 4,000 active user accounts at this point in time,
Exactly.
and
And
we could be talking, and now we can monetize it as well. Make a good article, you'll get paid for it.
exactly, and the point is also to have missions that okay, you have to donate X currency to one newspaper, and then host missions that okay, you have to receive a total of this currency for your newspaper, which is actually kind of cool.
Definitely, and it adds some kind of repayment to people who I suppose feel that their newspapers may not be worth the time. And here we can say, yes, it is.
Yeah, it's really good. And actually, the wow, 3 4,000. Yeah, we actually have about we have about 66% of total registers active, which is a bit more than 3,000 players. Now, I don't mean that those 3,000 players log in every day and work and train and fight, but there are 3,000 players that actually log in every week. Uh, so, yeah, okay, I don't know the level of activity is definitely debatable, but the players being active is real. And
These
we hope
account,
that
yeah,
we hope that with
these
missions,
accounts are there.
yeah, exactly, and we hope that with missions they will become more active. Okay, newspaper endorsements. It's pretty simple feature, but I think it has good. It has it can be a really good feature, and we are just doing it. A few tests, and if we have to change it to improve it, we'll do it. I would rather have it like this, that you can donate an integer number, so you can only donate 1 2 3 4 1,000. You cannot donate 1.1, you cannot donate decimal numbers because it would look kind of bad, but you have the power to donate any amount of currency that you want, instead of limiting the donations to 5 10 25 currencies. Okay. Okay, I turned it up my microphone. I'm sorry because I having some background noise, so that's why I turned it down a bit. Okay, um, the missions are done. What else? Actually, this we had a bit of an internal fight about this. I don't think Matt was on the team yet. But what do you think about changing nickname, Matt?
I am very on the fence about it. In general, though, I love the idea of changing nicknames. I would like to see the additional play that it brings for someone to earn a bit of a bad reputation as maybe a liar or a con artist, and then change their name and see if they can turn themselves around or maybe just fool a few more people.
Okay, but with trades, I mean, you only get scammed if you can, if you want, because you can trade something. You can trade weapons for gold. You can trade anything for anything. So
That's it. There is a very secure trade system in vPopulus.
yeah,
I was very surprised when I found it, actually.
we don't want to scam anybody. We don't want scammers in our game. We don't want people to get scammed. Uh, Actually, would it help if we show name history?
I'm actually a bit of the old school style. I personally have nothing against scammers, so long as they're not hitting the national treasury. But showing the name history would certainly be an option. And this is the kind of thing that the community can pipe up about and say, if we introduce name changes, do you want to see the previous names a person had?
Okay. Oops. So maybe we'll add. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let me add this to our task so we don't forget. You can uh, you can keep going about it, Matt, if you'd like.
I was just going to say you're giving everyone at home a lovely sneak peek into the behind the scenes dev life of vPopulus here.
Yeah,
Uh,
that wasn't the point, and it actually, beside that's not being the point, we even had an error. So
so yeah, we've got Timtanium speaking up in general, saying yes. If you do change a name, your name history should be publicly viewable. And this is, of course, still open to any other input. Do people just not want name changes? I like it. I make terrible decisions with my names most of the time. But what does the community think?
yeah, exactly. I mean, some people might not like it because the issue with scammers, but I think we have to give something for the average player to spend gold on. And if they don't really like their nickname, we are getting a bunch of tickets saying, "Oh, let me change my nickname, please." Da 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 da. And it's actually annoying because there's no such feature. It's because you cannot do it. Uh, so yeah, instead of receiving not hundred but high dozens of tickets, we decided to put a small feature that it's actually working for organizations, armies, and parties as well.
Well, that'd be the other option, is just to let organizations and party names be changed, but keep citizenship names what they are. If people would prefer us to go that way, that's certainly possible.
Yes. Okay. We have we have an issue.
Live bug fixing.
Yeah. No, actually, but I tested this before and it was working. So I'm
You
not
don't
really
have the
sure.
gold in the account. You
Ah,
don't have 25 gold.
okay. Let's give another sneak peek.
And of course, changing names could be interesting. We get people change countries all the time, and
Yeah,
this could be
exactly.
helpful there. If you change country and you wanna fit into your new nationality more, well, here's an option for you.
Okay. Okay, it's on our to-do list, so it should be done. Let me actually assign it. Okay. Uh, what else was it about? We thought we covered the basics of missions. We covered name change, article endorsements. What else?
I would just like to do a little bit of a shout out. The vPopulus API should be finishing up towards the end of this week. So if anyone would like to get in on our new and improved API, possibly help me test it, because there is a lot of it, feel free to hit me up. I've had a couple of people already tell me what they're doing with our API, and I'm always excited to hear from more community members about that.
Yeah, it's real. The API and internationalization project, they are real. Actually, in the first days of vPopulus, there were a couple of Italian citizens who made Discord bot for API. So you could say, for example, dot citizen name, and it would show stats of the citizen. So API can be used in a number of things. Actually, if someone makes a proper Discord bot, we can make it like official vPopulus one. We are always pretty open to those kind of stuff.
I know that I know there was an American, I'm going to mispronounce his name here, Millicenti, I think, who was working on a Discord bot. I believe he's less active in the community at the minute. I think he's gone a bit silent, but he is still around. I have still seen him. And there are definitely plans to continue that Discord bot.
Perfect. That's really good. And once we have everything ready, once we have the API ready, it will be even better because it will be based on we won't be always changing it. Once it's done, it's done.
That's it. We've got both XML and JSON connectivity coming out of the API very soon.
All right.
I'm just
We'll be sure to mention it on our social media, so you can actually know when this is out.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. That might be better for the next vPopulus cafe.
Come on, the hype is real.
All aboard the hype train.
Yeah, I think the next cafe will be aimed at American citizens. So we treat all the continents accordingly. So we made the European, Australian, and then we should do uh, a better cafe with a better time zone for with a better schedule for the American community.
And I think they'd love that. I believe they've just finished up the last episode of the American radio today, actually.
Really? Oh man, I tried to participate in the early versions of it, but it would actually be a really bad schedule, like 4 a.m. for me.
Yeah, I've tried to catch it a few times, but it just hasn't been at the right time for me either. Hopefully it was just that presenter who's leaving the radio, but if any of the Americans do hear this, we are excited to have you continue that program.
Exactly. Um, okay, Mike. Should we? Is anyone that wants to join us on voice chat? They should message me or Matt on Discord, so we add you to the voice chat, so you can talk a bit about vPopulus world. If don't, we'll keep on talking about whatever we want, because that's the point of the cafe.
Well, we do like talking, and
Yeah.
I've heard a fair bit lately about the ability to add smaller countries and countries on probation, I believe we're calling it specifically.
Yes.
And there were lots of questions about this, and I figure it might be worth touching on for 5 minutes or until someone else jumps on to talk over us.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Now, this was basically an idea presented to help more people represent their nation and to feel a bit of pride about their nation. But how are we actually thinking of how have we been considering implementing this?
This is a lot of work. I mean, to have it in game, it's really easy, but to actually control it and deal with it over the time, it's really a lot of admin, community manager work. And we are a bit, we've been a bit busy with missions, but the idea is that okay, all the countries now have a capital, and the players can register in that capital. And players can play in a normal country, but they cannot attack and they cannot be attacked, and they only have like a small percentage of the starting gold and currency. Uh, so when
So it's a method to allow new countries to build up their population
yeah,
then and to get more people into it.
yeah, and it's easier because I really see it like as a hard task that you try to join. Like you want the country to be added and you tell your friends to join, but your friends don't want to join because your country isn't there. So this creates this is a paradox because they won't register because the country isn't there, and the country isn't there because they haven't registered and voted for it. So that's the whole point. Is that it's easier for new countries to start communities.
And of course, then once they've got a bit of a community going, they have the background funding of having run their nation for a couple of months with a few people, granted, but building up. and a country could start with an entire business in it and ready to go.
Yeah, and of course, vPopulus studio organization will have job offers and at least food on the market, and it will be easier for new players to join. And while it's still going to be fair to everyone else, because we are not flooding the world with gold from those countries or anything like this. For example, if they register and every country should start for, let's say, 100 gold. If they don't have enough citizens, it should be more than enough to actually have a couple of companies around and create some activity on the exchange market and etc. So it makes sense. Uh,
Well, that's it, and that's the big thing, isn't it? Is getting the starter companies there for these countries and getting their workforce built up in the first place.
exactly. I think it's a really good idea. Actually, I don't know how we haven't talked about this before. Uh, it will mean a lot of work to us, for us, because we have to oversee everything and we really have to babysit those communities. But we'll be getting, we'll increasing our team, we'll increase our team in this end a bit more.
That's exactly right. And again, on this issue, if anyone has any thoughts or opinions or any suggestions at all, I will again open my inbox up to everyone's desires. Feel free to message it to me. We may not implement your suggestion, but I can guarantee I will read every single message sent, and I will at least take them all on board and present them to the team.
Yeah, exactly. We are pretty open about player suggestions. We are doing this, we are building the purpose for its community, not for ourselves. And that's why we listen to the community, because community is it's who makes vPopulus. vPopulus is insanely community driven. So we are careful with what we add. What? Okay. What else? Uh, we have questions on YouTube? Not quite.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at what Tim's just sent me. Um, yeah, any other questions about the upcoming development in vPopulus?
Yeah, that looks nice. I think if team is having fun now, I think when we implement missions and people will have to send the government a PM, a private message to talk about their ideas, I think you really will love it.
That's it. Maybe another idea would be for us to open up an actual vPopulus inbox. I don't know if the vPopulus studio inbox is monitored, but maybe we could be using that for suggestions and feature ideas.
Um, let me. I think it's not that easy to do. I mean, we can, but there are some for the companies. Oh, okay, we do have some missions that, but it's mostly spam. And if people actually want to say something, they can send a ticket or using support system or Google Discord, and it's easier than sending the Popul Studio PM
That's a good point,
because
and certainly likely to be used a little bit more as well.
we try to use we try to answer the Popul's tickets as fast as possible, so this shouldn't really be an issue.
And people are welcome to send suggestions and feedback in through the support tickets.
Yeah, of course. There's a whole category about it.
Somehow I feel like I need to use our support tickets a little bit more.
Okay, you can see. You go to the community and help. You click help. You get this page. You create a ticket and you can choose game support, feedback, orders, bug report, wiki, internationalization, billing, and you can choose the priority, and you can say, I want more gold. And oh, okay,
That's actually that's a very useful ticketing system,
yeah,
and I do think more people need to use it. I
yeah,
think a lot of people notice small errors and just assume that we know they exist. I can assure everyone if we know it exists, we do work on it. But
yeah,
there is a lot that we miss in our time.
exactly. We are always doing our best with a small team here, but and things I've been really looking forward. Things have been really getting better by time. Uh, yeah, I mean, what else? We have 10 more minutes. If anyone wants to join us in voice, they are glad to be good to do it. Just message us, and I think we covered all of the topics that we really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I thoroughly expected more people to be calling us out on our lack of work ethic, but it's been quite a nice session.
Yeah, I even sent out push notifications. Wow.
That's something that I wanted to suggest. Thank you for reminding me, Clive. I wonder if there'd be any interest in the community for a custom set calendar system, so that, for example, our armies could set daily. We know we can set the daily orders, but we could schedule an order 2 or 3 days in advance. Set a time to it.
Hmm. Is that necessary?
I'm not sure if it's necessary. I would probably use it, and it's just a suggestion I thought I'd throw out to the community.
Hmm.
And while I was talking, we got a question: is the food cooking at 100 HP bug fixed?
Uh,
This is the bug where people don't eat when they're at 100 HP, I believe.
yeah, they eat, but the issue is that new citizens start with a certain amount of food in their inventory. Uh, so even if they don't log in, they will be at 100 HP for quite some time. I think it's a month or something until their food runs out.
But this bug is actually fixed. They do eat food even though they're at 100 HP.
Yeah, yeah. The bug that is fixed. I'm not 100% sure that it's published to live version, but I'm 73.5% sure. I think a player starts with either 30 or 50. I'm not quite sure, Tim.
And a common question: how much does the player start with, and is it always food? We have some people say they start with weapons or they start with something else.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but that's a bug that has happened in the first 12 hours of vPopulus world, societal world. Uh, After it was fixed within the first day. So I think some players started with quality 3 moving tickets, but this was fixed fairly quick.
That's excellent. And we have a question for some gossip. Well, I don't know about you, Clive. I'm really not a big gossiper. Have you heard any good gossip lately?
No, not quite. I rather focus on my work. All right. Right. So, okay, we are getting some information about some countries that are that have some traction in the game. They are Canada, Russia. I mean, for probation countries, Canada, Russia, Germany, Spain, New Zealand, Ireland, France, India, Greece, and Montenegro.
And these are countries that are ready to go onto the probation that we discussed earlier, aren't they? They're not full countries.
Yeah, exactly. We are not going to add full countries we are not going to add countries like we did before anymore because now the countries will start all in probation mode. So it's easier to they can keep on going without citizens, but if they want to become a real country, they need to have citizens. Uh, we actually learned with the mistake from that we made with Bosnia and stuff like this. So it's not going to happen anymore. That's the important part.
And there was discussion a while ago that I think just kind of faded to nothing about removing inactive countries. This would give us the option to send countries that are already created back to probation, but I don't think it's on the plans, is it?
Not at the moment, because it would really be overcomplicating everything. We'll try to deal with, depending on how probation countries go, we'll try to deal with this after, because we don't want to hurt communities that conquer the regions um, between this. So, because that idea was to remove country back to wastelands. And it's not a very good idea because imagine that your country conquer those countries waste those country regions, and they are for example I island regions and stuff like this, and it's really hard to deal with communities about this, so we are not thinking about messing with this at the moment.
I think that's probably for the best as well. And I've just seen in general chat, we will have a battle event between Four and Clav to see who is the better, who would win in a fight. There we go.
In-game fight.
I think we should do it. I think we should have countries that line up to support you or Four and see which side does the most damage.
But in-game fight, I mean, that would be too much
Definitely.
of an inside joke. Hey, if anyone wants to pay my flights to Poland, I would definitely slap for this. I don't care about Poland. I will slap him if you pay my tickets to Poland.
You'll even get a video of it.
Yeah, of course. And we'll put it on Twitch, and it will be pay per view.
The fight of the century.
Yeah, WWE. And John Cena will be there as well, but you won't be able to see him.
Well, I think that's about everything.
Yeah, nice. We actually we talked about this in the last meeting, not cafe meeting. We have a bunch of missions that a bunch of ideas that we want to run over by community with the worldwide referendums. So they are changing a bit the concept of the game. So we'll ask community what they think about this. So everything we ask has to be based on community feedback. Alright.
So that's an in-game poll going out to all players about these big events coming up then.
Yeah, exactly. We had this before, and then we stopped it. I think when we rewrote part of the game, we rewrote part of the game that we rewrote it because it became incredibly faster, and I think that part was forgotten.
Well, that'll certainly help the community feel a bit more involved still.
Yeah, exactly. And it might bring some activity back up. All right, Matt. So this was lovely talking with you. We are
And a
eating
pleasure talking to you.
we are eating our 1 hour mark. We don't want this to be way too long. I will remind everyone that we'd like to have at least 2 vPopulus cafe per month, so we get in touch with the communities around the world, and people can feel closer to the development team, and we feel closer to community.
And again, people are always free to contact. I think any of us really about just about anything. I'm available both in game and on Discord. Though I know several of us are only available on Discord specifically.
I'm available on Discord and support system. I don't really pay much attention to in-game message because I get quite some spam over it. So either Discord or support system, and some players have me added on Facebook actually because my phone doesn't send push notifications over to Discord. So that's the issue. Well, I think we should be wrapping this up. It was really nice. It was, I think things went, well, not smoother because we had my headset issue, learning every day.
Technical issues, technically.
And after we'll do it, we'll have it, next one will be better. We'll be always trying to improve and getting better topics, and to see what works better and what works well.
That's it. And if there's anything anyone would like to hear about in the next vPopulus Cafe, why don't we all try out that support system? Send us a ticket with what you'd like to hear about, and we'll try our best to get it in onto the ticket.
All right. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I think it makes actually a difference because you also, any change we make or any insider we publish, any major change, we talk about it, we post about it on our social media, and you should follow it to make sure that you always stay tuned to vPopulus World. And alright, for Australian community, have a good evening. For the rest of the world, good morning, and we'll be stopping here. Bye bye, and see you probably in 2 weeks.